c7 or knight c6, the old-fashioned one. So bishop d6, castles, castles, c4, c6, and then there've been various tries with rook e1, with knight c3, queen c2, c takes d5. c5, however, was only played 3 times, I believe. So it's a very rare move. Bishop c7, knight to c3, bishop f5. The alternative to this being f7, f5. So bishop f5 and
Knight g5.
Knight g5, a novelty.
It is a novelty, but I mean, it's actually quite a rare line, I would say, with this c5 concept, because you don't, as white, tend to commit the pawn structure so early, because you're always wary about, black undermining with b6, and instead, white traditionally puts pressure on the d pawn. But as it stands, bishop f5, knight to g5, this is Gukesh's new idea.
Right.
Big question.
So what happens if black takes on g5? I imagine it's kind of
take on f5.
The most comprehensive line, right? So white gets pair of bishops. It's not like black's position is terrible. Black's probably fine after knight e6 or g6, knight e6, whatever. Yeah, but that's easy to understand. What happens after rook e8? Rook e8 apparently is wrong, because then white takes on e4 with this knight. And then if you take with the bishop, then bishop takes, pawn takes, and you see the evaluation mark climbs up, because queen h5 is a very annoying double attack.
Yeah.
That pretty much stops the game. So,
instead we have the knight takes c3.
Yeah. And that was the third one. So I thought, rook e8 is not great. There is knight g5, and there is knight takes c3. Knight takes c3, pawn takes on c3, defend the bishop this way or another, queen to f6 or queen to c8. If you were to take on d3, then once again white is getting very strong attack, probably decisive attack immediately. h7's hanging, you cannot play f5 because knight e6, right? And too many things hanging. You don't have this queen h4 tempo because white takes the bishop.
And also you're forced to go.
Yeah, so here you're forced to go g6,
and then
it's queen to h3, and
h5.
Having said A, now you're forced to say B, and then white goes f4,
f5,
f5, and it's
battering ram is
very,
this is dangerous.
Very bad, in fact. Yeah. So over here, queen f6 or queen c8 are two moves suggested by the machine. I imagine going to g6. Going to g6 is once again bad, but not for the reason I thought it was. I thought white takes, but then, actually white takes also makes sense, but much stronger is f to f4. So we are threatening f5 and pretty much force black to go after one of those lines, take on d3 or something. So here, apparently, black has to play queen f6 or queen c8.
Okay.
So queen f6. very hot take, to be honest.
No.
E6 and all black has to do, and he's done it, to go rook c1, and basically you can go e7 and then rook e1 ends the game, or you can go any other move and then d1 ends the game. Okay, I guess after king e2 you will once again have to play rook check.
Oh.
But yeah, basically there's simply no move for Gukesh.
And
I don't see.
says it all, right? Look
Yes,
at
I
it.
don't see the way to continue the game.
Resigned.
Yes.
And Theodorou wins, and Gukesh loses for the second time in a row.
So 2 consecutive losses for reigning world champion.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be happy during this rest day, not with his performance in the tournament for sure.
No, I mean, but one of the things though, he's come into this tournament saying he wants to test himself in one of the world's best Swiss events with the world's best players, people who are highly motivated. And you know, such things happen. We'll see. The onus now is on Gukesh. How is he going to use the rest day to get back his form? Because, I mean, he's had 2 uncharacteristic losses, but they've come as a result of some big blunders.
Right, so that's something perhaps alerting, and good thing for him, he doesn't have to. Like, he wouldn't mind to take one of the first places in this tournament, but he doesn't have to. He has already qualified, and not only for the candidates, but for the World Championship match as the reigning world champion, of course.
Yes. Well, some storylines today, you know, as we just saw an upset, Nikolas Theodorou winning